Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain, listening to you heart pump out some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'll wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do, lying on my bed staring into the blue? Unrequited, terrifying love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest, I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, oh, Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. I know I've loved you from the start. The skyscrapers causing vertigo. The countdown begins in Tokyo. 27 days alone means 20 million ways to cope without you. I'm in a reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her. Quite the job you've done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind I'm working overtime to have you in my world. Oh, what a curse it is to be a lover girl. Forced to get creative, wrote my feelings down. The independent lady in me's nowhere to be found. I can't wait another day to see you. How embarrassing to be this way. I'm in a reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her. Quite the job you've done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind I'm working overtime to have you in my world. Oh, what a curse it is to be in love. I wait by the phone like a high school movie. Dream at the shows you'll come running to me. Think I see you in the wings, but I'm hallucinating. What a reckless fever, love-struck girl, I tease her. Thought I'd never be her. Quite the job you've done on me, sir. You've been hosting parties. In my mind, I'm working overtime. You've become my whole world. Oh, what a curse it is to be a lover girl.
6月準備さえできずにいるのに押し寄せるフェイスあれです高気圧霹靂の低気圧土砂降りの雨の中で僕は笑ったんだ少しちっちゃい君にあれはルーション雲間の位置それはルーション波間の島
Oh! Good evening. Okay. I've been battling this piece for a while. I'm almost done. I'm nearing the end, I think. It's just a quick reference sheet for Billy since I have to have fucking anything other than the usual to put on my art fight page, right? I'm in a bit of a sour mood today, if you can't tell, because I woke up this morning and I found blood on my foot and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then when I get home, I realize, oh, that's why my fucking foot split open last night. And there was a bunch of blood stains in front of the freezer where I was eating some ice cream. I had to spend time after going out unmedicated, by the way. I didn't have a single dose of my meds when I left the house this morning. I went out unmedicated this morning and had to contend with being outside unmedicated. Never ideal. Never ideal. And then I had to come home. The sleep study still has not given me back my $500, so that's fucking with me as well. Several very negative emotions and events are coinciding, are congealing, are gathering into a hefty, powerful, potent omen. Not to mention the fact that I currently feel as though nobody would care if I disappeared. Which is just a phase that happens every now and then. It goes away, it comes back. It's probably just part of my depression. Big stretch. Okay. We have everything except for some accessories done. I'm almost done with the line art, and then I can move on to the coloring, then I can move on to the shading, and then I can do that for the lines as well if I feel like it. Very slight design changes here. One, tiny little dog eyebrows. You know those eyebrows people always put on dogs? I put those on there because they're cute. Let's see. 2, changing the shape of the horns. 3, gave him a snout. Thought it would be cute, and I was correct. Hang on, I'm getting distracted. I don't know how to get out of this funk I'm in. I think I just have to power through it like I always do. Why don't you take a break? Why don't you, you know, have some time off for your mental health? Because I need to do this, okay? I need to do this. What we are doing right now, me, you, in this stream chat room, although you are probably lurking, I understand, I respect you, you are powerful, you are beautiful. I have to do this. There's nothing else for me. If I take breaks, somehow even less people are going to show up, which is not ideal. I need to be consistent. I need to do this pretty much every day I'm able to do so. Pretty much every day I'm able to do them. It does not matter if I'm having a bad day. I need to put on my Showtime smile and then I need to get on the camera. That is simply how it is. Alright, so it's not shown here, but in coloring, I'm going to add brown part of the hair. Okay, let's see. I think I did pretty decent on the goat hooves. I'm not the best with hooves. I'm not particularly great with them, but I think these turned out good. Let's see. Oh, right. I was going to change the puppet design. In the original version of the reference sheet, I used the Devil May Cry 1 puppet as a point of reference. I think I want to change it out so that his primary puppet that he carries around would be the Mudman from Dragon Quest. Yes, I am drawing. Oh. Let me pull up a gamer reference. Ah, yes, the Mud Mannequin. Let me pull up some reference images so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. You can tell I reinstalled the Epic Games launcher so I can play Fortnite with my family. Because they keep sending me fucking notifications and it's pissing me off. Here we go. Yeah, so these guys were the point of reference for the puppet on the previous version of the reference sheet for Billy. And this is what I want to go for going forward because I think this has more versatility. And also, I just like Dragon Quest a lot more than Devil May Cry. Invincibling? Ah. Have you been getting crazy amounts of clips in your shorts too? Did they convince you? I hope you enjoy it. I've heard very good things about that series, although I myself will not be partaking because I do not like superhero media. I've been warming up to it a little. I've been reading Absolute Superman. I've been reading Absolute Martian Manhunter. I actually really enjoy those. I'm just not huge on the Western conception of the superhero. There's something about the way plot structures are within that specific type of narrative that does not appeal to me, and I can't blame anyone other than myself for that. I do know they have a big bad guy who looked like Freddie Mercury in a dress. Here we go. I don't think I've mentioned the specific like fucked up and evil like powers I've given this baby boy. He has telekinesis. He actually has evil mind powers. Ah, okay, okay. I keep fucking up the shape of the head. I need to follow the motion on my shoulder. That's close enough. I can clean this. Here we go. There's a reason that for a while, just using the titles screen format was a joke, like a big online meme. I didn't participate much in it because I haven't read nor watched Invincible. I've seen clips of it through YouTube Shorts, but I'm not really interested. It's in like the same brain space as The Boys, where it feels like the writers are like, look how fucking epic and cool this is. I'm doing superheroes but fucked up. The difference is that it feels like The Boys hates comic books and Invincible loves comic books. Alright, let's see. That is a better head shape. I'll go along with that. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. I will at least say, I do find the idea of I'm doing superheroes but fucked up and evil from the perspective of someone who loves the genre a lot more refreshing than the perspective of someone who hates the genre. Because if you want to parody something and you hate it, you are not going to do a good or accurate job parodying it, because you're coming from a space of anger and hatred and malice. Whereas if you're parodying something you love, you will be able to nail those little intricacies and details a lot easier, because like, ah, yes, this is second nature to me. I understand this like implicitly. Meanwhile, if you go at it from the very specific position The Boys is in, you're not like going to make anything like interesting or well written, because The Boys comic is basically just what if Superman was a pervert? What if my cool trenchcoat guys killed Superman? And it's just not interesting, because it's like, okay, that is terminally 15 years old. Alan Moore is an anomaly because his like ability to write supposedly overcomes any and all whether or not he loves or hates what he's parodying. Like Alan Moore's like perspective of, you should also read things that are bad, because then you will have a better understanding of like what you shouldn't do, or you might find something that you might want to do better, is one that I subscribe to, but also he's kind of a pretentious dickhead, so I don't fully respect him. He's also like British or something. Ugh. Ugh. The British. Oh. I feel he just has the general like presentation of someone who's like very pretentious and annoying, and it's like, fuck, man, fuck. If there's gonna be anyone pretentious and annoying in my life, it's gonna be me. Alright, let's see if I can remember how to do the eye shape on this. It's not like tall. It's also not like perfectly round. It's like kind of squinted, so it's like too wide. Alright, that's perfect. No, that's perfect. Fuck. Alright, we destroy this one. We try to do the other one. Too tall. Alright, I'm just gonna copy and paste it. Fuck it. Alright, edit. No, select. Transform. Flip horizontally. Rotate a little. Rotate a little more. Boink. There we go. Select, deselect. We double check. Oh no, I fucked that up totally. I don't know who Venetian Snares is. And I have an idea. Trust the process. We make one big eye. Are you not so tall? Yeah, yeah. Alright, we smoothing that out. Yep. Yup. Let's see. Breakcore artist, probably the breakcore artist to listen to. Okay. Hang on, hang on. So the middle is about here. We're going to widen that gap up a bit. We add a cap here. I too big. I too big. Okay. Trying to get to look just right. Oh wait, that's good. That's close enough, yeah. I like that. I like that. Okay. Hang on, I'm getting slightly distracted. Looking around, seeing things, looking around, seeing things. Oh, back into it. All right, so. Vaguely triangular upper body. Sort of a circular, sort of a semicircular shape near the waist. And then, okay, okay. Yep, here we go. There we go. No, shape kind of fucked. Let's merge all the let's merge all the layers now. Use the wrong one. Hell yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, here we go. Oh, there we go. So we erase here, we erase there, turn this off. Bucket. Boom. Boom. It's coming along. It's connecting. It's coming along, it's connecting. Yep, here we go. Now you're going to be asking, Roger, how are these all connected? Don't worry. Near the end, I will be adding darkness. I will be adding voids to into which nothing fits. There we go. I'm getting distracted crazy style again. Hmm. Hmm. Yep. So let me do my magic. Here we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, here we go. Now we're talking. The trick is to try and put my own spin on it. Well, it's not just straight up ripping, you know? There we go. We connect. Erase that for now. We'll put that in. Which game is it? oh dear. I can take a look at it right now. I don't mind. Ooh, big stretch 'em. Kletka? I have that. This one? I would be delighted to play this. I would be absolutely delighted to try this out with everyone. Fun gamer fact, by the way. Fun secret gamer fact. This game is based on, I believe, the Russian equivalent of the Backrooms called Samospor. I recommend doing some digging into it. It's a very interesting sort of shared universe they have over there. Oh, there we go. What was I doing? Oh, right. Let's fill this in a bit. Perfect. Okay. Samospor? Oh, all right. You know, considering it is sort of like the Backrooms Russian edition, there are probably a ton of Samospor video games. Only a couple. Okay. This one's $4. Ah, one of them visual novels. Can't play that on stream. Looking around. Ah, yeah. I find it interesting how these are like two separate sort of interpretations of a similar concept. But while like the version of it over here where it's like, oh, we're going in, we're sort of colonizing the unnatural liminal space, sort of feels like weird and unnatural to the concept. The Russian edition where it's just like, yeah, people just live in this giant infinite apartment complex and bad things happen sometimes, feels a lot more natural. Yeah, I would be very interested in playing Kletka together, and I look forward to seeing if we do get to play it together. Here we go. Yep, here we go. No, that's... Yep, that feels a lot more like a natural shape. Let's go with them. Here we go. Here we go. Here we are. We do a little racing. Here we are. Slowly this is coming together. I think I want to change playlist now. Been on this playlist for a little while. I'm going to change over to something else. Here we go. There we go. No. Those fingies feel a little too connected. Okay. fuck it. I'm gonna change how the hands look. Doesn't have to be exactly perfect, right? Let's try making like a sort of elongated disc. That feels good. That feels right. That feels good. Sort of orbular sort of hub for the fingers to connect to. Hey, I'm getting distracted. Stuck with stuffed animals. It gets a little worse each day, and one day I will hatch from this egg. I'll break and I'll get my way. Here we go. Yeah, here we are. That's too far inland, so to speak. So I think... yeah, base of the thumb connect here. There we go. That feels better. I like them. Too wide. Right, that's the pinky actually, so smaller, thinner. There we go. So this is the ring finger, so that's a little wider and a little longer. Now we're talking. Now it's coming together. We erase a little bit in here. Oh yeah, I did some digging after the Eldo Ring crash out the other day. Turns out the DLC adds a bunch of items that can help buff summons and if summon focused playstyle. Also, I needed to beat one of the invaders so that I could go into the same Margit boss fight with an item that would allow me to more effectively get some summon damage in. So my plan is I'm going to restart. I just came back. So the other day I had a bit of a thing with Eldo Ring, and I got very angry because I wanted to try focusing on summon damage. It turns out the DLC adds a bunch of items that will boost summon damage. However, I also apparently probably could have gone and found patches for an item that would have helped me in the boss fight I was having trouble with. So my plan is I'm just going to start over again, do a normal, like, shoot lasers wizard build. And then I will, when I can afford it, get the DLC. And try doing my summon focused run. Alright, here we go. Yep, here we go. I don't like that angle. I like that angle. Too sharp. Yeah, there we go. One more finger and then that's a hand. Right, so that's the index, which is roughly usually roughly the same as the ring finger. Here we are. Here we are. Too long. All right, we scraped that out. There we go. Recently, I've had a craving for games that are very difficult, and I know they're just going to piss me off and annoy me. But also, it'd be really fun to try doing them, you know? Yep. That's one hand down. Time for the other one. Oh, big stretch and more. There we go. Oh boy, I sure hope my USB ports don't do that weird damn thing that they do every time that pisses me off. Or they all turn off all at once for no reason. Picayune Dreams. I've tried that. I remember liking it, but I also have trouble getting into it because it's like, damn, I could just be playing a Vampire Survivors right now. You know? That's the problem with Vampire Survivors clones. I play them and it's like, damn, I could just be playing Vampire Survivors right now. No, because I never played Vampire Survivors. There's your problem. That game is like crack. There's a reason that it got so many clones. Alright, yeah, here we go. Round that out. I don't feel like drawing feet or shoes. I'm just gonna give this thing sharp, like sharp hooves at the end of the leg. Slightly fucked that up, I think. Here we go. All right, there's one leg. Round this off. Here we go. That one looks too large. I think I fucked that one up. All right, there we go. All right, so we make you to your visible size. We lower the opacity on here. And then I can just doink. 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 Doink, doink. Doink. swap around. Boom. Boom. Now we can fit these together like two parts of a puzzle. Doink. Here we go. New layer. So we... That's roughly equivalent, yeah. Okay. Real quick, let me pull up Steam again. Game I've recently been playing the playtest for is Folder Dungeon. It's very, very addictive. However, I find that the playtest has very little content. It's like a very small slice of the game, which I can respect, but also I want more. I've gotten just about everything available in the current playtest. Hang on, eye itchy. That's EYE itchy, not eye itchy. Here we go. I made iced coffee and I can't tell if I like how I did or not. Here we go. Hello, good sir. Welcome him. Here we go. We erase this. I think that's good enough. I can start adding the interiors. Where's the other hand? It's behind his leg. Here we go. There we go. There we go. These are empty holes where I'm going to be adding complete and total utter darkness to imply that the puppet is being held together by supernatural forces. Get that thing out of here. There we go. Here we go. No, wait. Right there. Perfect. I almost considered not going live this evening because, like, no one's gonna care if I miss a day, right? Theoretically speaking, like, there's no one waiting with bated breath for that notification, right? Breaks are for people who matter. Alright, yeah, here we go. There we go. It's coming together very good. I like how this is turning out. Wait, I know how to take this face. I know how to take this face and give it a little more sauce. Ready? Add some cracks around the openings to imply wear and tear. No, that looks like I just copied and pasted that basically. Here we go. Here we go. What are you drawing? I'm working on a reference sheet for Billy since I'm going to be putting him up for Art Fight 2026. First time in several years that I've been willing to participate, actually. And I just want to make sure the updated puppet looks just right. Swapped out the puppet being inspired by Devil May Cry to the puppet being inspired by Dragon Quest because I actually like Dragon Quest more than Devil May Cry. Carries around a little puppet all the time, and he uses his evil mind powers to move it around like a ventriloquist. Here we go. Just adding cracks so that it has a little bit more like sauce to it, for lack of a better term. Like, if it was just straight up the same as the enemy design, no cracks, I feel like that would have less sauce because it's just like, oh, you're borrowing that for wholesale. However, since I've made customizations, I think it looks very nice. So we're going to go on a layer below, fill those in. Here we go. Anything not fully filled in, I can do manually. It's fun. I should probably add some more cracks here and there. Maybe a couple holes. I know not to do like perfectly square holes because that's how you get the Five Nights at Freddy's withering effect, and I don't want that. Let me take a look. Twilight Princess. Puppet enemies, here we go. Ooh. I like that, actually. I still owe a friend a Twilight Princess playthrough. I've been because just having parts where the lip is broken and it stretches out like that looks nice. Working on a comic? Hell yeah. I have several writing projects that I'm scared to get back to. Yeah. Here we go. Just gonna like break off a chunk here because this is a very thin part. So I think having like bits like just cracked off and completely missing is fully believable. There we go. Here we go. Yeah, have that so that like sort of wraps around. I think that's an interesting visual. Just a chunk that's like completely broken off right here. Nice and clean. Yeah, I remember people are working on like developing out Dinosaur Planet as the standalone game it was initially conceived of as before they Star Foxed it, so to speak. Let's add a little broken bit there. Here we go. Maybe another one. Perfect. I would assume that the arms have slightly more wear and tear compared to other parts. Maybe the chest would have a lot of wear and tear as well. I didn't really think about them. Here we go. Here we go. Split off here. There we go. I should really get around to trying out the quote-unquote restored version of Dinosaur Planet because it does intrigue me. But also, like, do I really care? Do I really care much about good old Star Fox enough to really want to dedicate time to playing like basically just basically just a spin-off for, you know. The fucked up thing is Star Fox 64 is a remake of the first Star Fox. This is a like series almost entirely like assembled from remakes of the first fucking game. Star Fox is pathologic for people who don't like slow games. I'm not afraid to say it. Star Fox is just pathologic for people who don't like slow games. They keep remaking the first Star Fox and calling it a remake of Star Fox 64. Hmm. Ooh, here we go. Since this is sort of a almost fully like solid, yeah. Yeah, only Assault and Adventures are like fairly unique, and that's because Adventures was supposed to be Dinosaur Planet and Assault is a tactics game. Command? I don't think Command is a remake. No. No, I think Command is the one that is the tactics game. Which series has the tactics game with the subtitle Assault now? Now I'm confused. Now I'm wondering. Let me No, it is not R-Type. Oh, well, of course. The Tactics spinoff for R-Type is called R-Type Tactics. You know, I should have thought of that. You know, it would be nice to have a remake of a Star Fox game that isn't just a direct remake of the first one. Looking at the Pathologic games, like, how many more remakes can we get than those guys? Okay, here we go. Let me just add some more. Yeah, here we go. I don't think the legs would have much. I don't think the legs would have much wear and tear, if only because this thing's gonna be floating around a majority of the time, or stored safely in a bag whenever not in use. If there's any series I really want Nintendo to return to, I would really hope it'd be F-Zero. They're not gonna do it, but I would really want them to do it. I think it would be really cool if we got a new F-Zero game that isn't F-Zero 99. Boom, there we go. Here we are. Ooh, there we go. Do they hate F-Zero or something? I think they just don't want to do it. It's not that they hate F-Zero, it's that they don't care about F-Zero, which in some cases can be worse. Because unlike the Earthbound fans, where there's definitely no possibility of another game coming out in the series, F-Zero still has things you can do with it. There's still interesting places to go with F-Zero, and while I do appreciate F-Zero 99, I really do for what it is, I really wish there was more F-Zero. F-Zero 99 is a fun starting point to get people into the series. Now you have to give them somewhere else to go with that. Captain Falcon, like, could be an interesting character to people. There are a lot of interesting characters that don't appear in the first, like, couple F-Zero games. Why will no new Mother games happen? Because Itoi's done with it. There's nothing else he wants to do with the series. Itoi looked at the like relatively, like, for its purposes, perfect trilogy he made and said, yeah, I'm done here, let's go. There's nothing else Itoi wants to do with the Mother series, and you can't really make a Mother game without Itoi. Yeah, Mother 3 is decent. Earthbound is, as someone who's beaten it, it's kind of dog shit in places, but it's dog shit in a quaint and charming way. Like, each game gets better than the last, and the ending of Mother 3 is very conclusive. It's like, alright, things are over now. You can go home. There's not much else you can do from the ending of Mother 3 that would be satisfying. Which is why Itoi's like, yeah, I'm done. There's nothing else I want to do here. At most, I could see Nintendo doing like a remake, probably an HD 2D remake, considering how Nintendo sucks at remaking things, of Mother 3. And then that would be it. They would have nothing else they want to do with them. Let's thicken that out in a way that looks interesting visually. I like that. Let's go with that. Here we go. Nintendo is willing to take risks with hardware, but not with software. They know what works, and they're going to keep doing that. Yeah. The fucked up part is, the Wii U might be the perfect form factor to bring back, because a lot of games have so much shit all over your screen, and fucking menus you constantly need to go back into, which can really slow down the pace of a game, or make it hard to tell what is important. A lot of games now could probably use a second screen. A second screen that the Wii U gamepad could bring back. But no one wants the Wii U gamepad because they're stupid and they don't recognize the appeal of being able to put more shit on a second screen. Hang on, rubbing my wrist so that feels a bit better. There we go. The thing is, right, the fact of the matter is, the Wii U didn't fail solely because of the gamepad or the form factor. It failed because people didn't know what to do with the gamepad in a lot of like places. And constantly having you switch from the gamepad to the TV to the gamepad to the TV, not ideal. People did not like that. People did not enjoy, now look at the gamepad. Now look at the TV. Now look at the gamepad. Because that fucks with your neck greatly. But there were also games that made very good use of it. Such as, hey, where's my minimap? Oh, right here. Or the Maiden of Blackwater Fatal Frame, where you pull the gamepad up and it's the camera. That's a fun way to use that gamepad. And it's tragic that people didn't see the uses for the gamepad that were innovative, that were interesting. Because they were so hung up on the instances where it didn't work. Here we go. Let's have some cracks wrapping around the top here as well. There we go. Gotta remember that cracks aren't always like straight lines, jagged lines. Sometimes they're elegant curved lines that suck to tape over. Yeah, the Nintendo Wii issue on steroids, true. Then again, the Wii also was like pretty decent. I remember loving a lot of Wii games, even if you were just wiggling the controller. My neck hurts and also my chest hurts. I don't know why. All right, we put a crack here. We put a hole here. There we go. So we merge our layers, we select all this, and then we move that up a bit. Deselect, perfect. I like how that's going along. What time is it? Should probably make something to eat soon. Hang on, I'm putting some slop garbage on in the background. There we go. Here we go. Oh. Yeah, here we go. File open. We take that out of here. We open up the old Billy ref sheet. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Now I can put down my pen and use my mouse for a bit. Here we are. Now we're talking. He's ever so slightly taller now compared to the other, right? 3 whole centimeters! Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Just gonna, like, grab the colors from this. The difference is that I'm gonna have to actually shade this one because I actually give a shit now. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Boink. I gotta change how I'm sitting because my knee hurts. If I actually finish this, like, before a large amount of time has passed, I'm gonna be surprised. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Here we are. Now we're talking. All right, here we are. Here we are. Fun gamer fact: the pattern between the blonde part and the brown haired part is the inverse of what it is on his older brother. I did this because it was visually interesting at the time, and I still think it is, in fact, visually interesting. Here we go. Here we are. Alright, I like how it's coming along so far. Alright, here we go. There we go. There we go. Stanky green. That's fucking shaggy green. Okay. All right, so I found roughly shaggy green and shaggy red. How about orange? There's no orange shaggy, right? I'm not accidentally like Scooby-Doo blasting my baby boy. Not what I wanted to do. Bring me back. Here we go. Fill that in, fill that in, scroll out. It's coming together now. In adding the shading, I've elevated this slightly. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to have to do something for that, alright. Yeah, here we go. We're going to later on a little bit there. There we go, there we go. God damn it. There we go. No, that is not where you do that. For eyes, if I remember right, the darkness is on top. Let me double check. How do I do the eyes again? Open up my Chud baby. Ah, exactly like this. Okay. All right, yep. No. Add emission. Come on. Linear burn might be the play. No. Here we are. Yeah, fuck. Normal at 50%? Oh, that's not blending right. Welcome to my favorite part of the piece. Trying to figure out why it's not doing it right. What if I just didn't add the highlights? Because it's very bright already. And then... Nope. We take this, we put this over. Oh. 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 Here we are. Hardmax. Don't like how that looks. Screen. 60%. No, 70%. No, 90%. Yes. Look at that baby boy. Look at him. Got some light in those eyes. And I'm getting distracted. Hang on, I'm getting distracted crazy style right now. Alright, back in Alright, yeah, soft light. Yeah, here we go. So, symmetry, yep. Boink, here we go. That is the wrong layer. Yeah. Doink. Doink. Now we're talking. Shading is one of my favorite parts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm annoyed that we have to go through the entire rigmarole of doing the rest of the thing to get to the shading part, but the process is the goal, so to speak. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Okay, back into it. Yeah, there we go. All right. Clipping. Soft light. We add a little more layer to this. All right, yeah. So we oh. Doink, doink, doink. There we go. So we put that in, and look at that. Here we are. Yep. So we back in the mines. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, might as well. Yup. I like how it looks. Let's go with that. So let's specify center right around here somewhere. That is roughly, yeah, roughly equidistant. Let's go with that. Here we are. Here we are. We fill that in. Ooh, ha. Getting distracted. I'll right back into it. We fill that in. Fill that in. 1, 2. Put that in there. Put that in there. Hoo ha. Hoo. Hoo ha. Hoo. We go to the other one and we do something similar to what we did on the front facing. Yeah, we fill that in. Boink, 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 boink. Here we go. Now we're talking. All right, yeah, here we go. Yep, we put that there. That is good enough. Oh, oh my neck. Oh. All right, this is around the time that my USB drives all go bungo mode for some reason. So we're about to see if unplugging some things made this like not fuck up. I made iced coffee and I don't think I like it as much as hot coffee. Hmm. Oh yeah, recently I've been having like a dark revelation, hashtag dark woke. Kamen Rider Zest is slowly morphing into season 2 of Kamen Rider Geats, and I don't think I like them. I don't think I like the fact that Kamen Rider Zest is turning into Kamen Rider Geats 2. Mainly because, right, Geats was already not good. And Zess has been getting progressively worse since they hit the... It was actually a coma. This is the real episodes now. Bit. They fucked up crazy style, is what I'm saying. Alright, like that. Yeah, it's good enough. Turn off symmetry, and we fill this in. Here we are. Nice sort of terracotta look with this color. I'm keeping it. It also doesn't help that Yuya Takahashi is a hack who can't actually commit to anything. So every, I want to say 2 or 3 episodes, there's another big epic twist. And it's getting to the point where it's frankly ridiculous. This series should not have this many twists. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Ooh. Show me this one in specific. Thank you. Taking that. All right, here we go. All right, back on the one. Here we go. Doink, 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 doink. Thinking about when they put whenever they put clowns as a playable faction in the strategy games, it's always normal clowns and never like juggalos for some reason. What do you mean I can't log in to like StarCraft or whatever mod people are making that puts clowns in there, and just hear great Malenko, ha 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 ha, great Malenko, ha 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 ha. That'd be so funny. And, you know, you could always say, oh, what about the branding? Do you think Violent J and the other guy give a fuck if you're, like, stealing their branding? They'd probably be happy to just license out some of their, like, music as Insane Clown Posse. Like, they seem like generally chill guys. They're reportedly, like, Christians. And not like those homophobic Christians. No, no, no. They're like genuinely just decent people. The entire bit of like being evil clowns is just like a stage thing. What I'm saying is I would very much love to see a strategy game where they have a clown faction and then like a juggalo sub faction. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. All right. This is coming along very well. I like how this looks so far. Yeah, they're Their music isn't for everyone, but they're solid dudes. And that's really what matters. Like, you can make whatever music you want. As long as you're like a solid dude at the end of the day, people are going to respect you forever. Now, of course, there was the poop dollar incident. But that's like the juggalos themselves and not like the artists. You can only do so much to control your fan base. I mean, some people could probably do a bit more to control their fan base. Wink, wink, Minecraft YouTubers. But like, there's only so much you can do to control your fan base at the end of the day. That's the fact of the matter. I mean, you could also like cultivate a fan base that doesn't do that, but like, sometimes you just don't really control the fan base you're cultivating. Here we go. Doink, doink. No, doink, doink. There's something fundamentally interesting about the sort of lure or philosophy that, like, ICP wants to instill within their fan base, because they don't think of the they don't think of the Dark Carnival as like any sort of like metaphorical, metaphysical sort of place. They think of it as like an afterlife. You die, then you go to the Dark Carnival, and there you will get to party with your fellow juggalos and juggalettes for the rest of eternity. It's like Juggalo heaven. All are welcome within the Dark Carnival, as long as you wish to party there. And it's fundamentally sort of an absurd way to look at it, especially as like an artist with the world you are creating in the context of your art. But it is also sort of beautiful in a way that I cannot properly describe. There is a sort of ineffable quality to it that I cannot properly capture, at least not with words. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So as it gets further away, we need to add darkness. Okay, here we go. All right, so we fill this in. Add a little extra darkness down here to imply that it's either like hunching forward, you know. We put that in there. Ooh. I like that. I like how it looks. I'm going with that. So now we do the opposite near the top. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Let me fucking fill some of these like little bits. Yeah, there we go. Yep, here we go. Ooh, yeah. I like how this is turning out. This is starting to shape up to be something I can be proud of. Nope, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Misa work real good. I can't do a good Jar Jar. Here we go. All right, here we go. This is good. I like this. Let's see. Tell me why I recently found an artist who drew Jar Jar Binks with in a bikini with tits. Oh, I forgot about Rule 34 of the internet. If there's not porn of it, porn will soon exist. No, that's Rule 35. Rule 34 is there's porn of everything. What do you mean? What do you mean people forgot about the rules of the internet? What? People will draw anything. You cannot stop them. The person drew Jar Jar Binks with boobs because they wanted to draw Jar Jar Binks with boobs. Is this your first rodeo? Were you born yesterday? Also, like, drawing Jar Jar Binks with boobs kind of been a thing for a while. People want to fuck Gungans. I cannot identify specifically why, but people do tend to want to fuck anything and everything around them. So it's whatever, right? There we go. Big stretch. There we go. Like, keep in mind, the answer to literally any, oh, why did I find this? Because the person who made it wanted to make it. That's it. It's not some, like, deep lore conspiracy or whatever. You found it because someone wanted to make it, then they wanted to post it. That is it. That's all. There's no, like, complex socio-political reasoning for why specific types of art tend to exist. Oftentimes, it's just the person who made it Wanted to make him. That is how it is. That is how it always will be. That is the will of the worm. Roger, do your stretches now. Already did. Here we go. Turn off clipping. Yeah, dark red. Specified layer. Whoa. Here we go. We put you here. Oh no, here we go. No, no, no. Here we go. I like how it looks. I like how it looks. There we go. There we go. No, 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 no. Hang on. No, wrong layer. Here we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Here we are. Yeah, yeah. Put some big old circles around so that I can slap some information in there. Ooh, ah. Here we go. No. Here we go. Yep, here we are. Ooh, yeah. Yep, here we are. Now for my second favorite part, typesetting. Ooh, 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 ooh. Stretch. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. There we go. We take you to your big size, just a little. Turn down line spacing. Uh-oh, oh, 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 oh. I'm loving it. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Right. Here we go. Bring you up to 16 point. All right, here we go. Used for... Here we go. Advanced. Here we go. So we bring this over here, right? We move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. There we go. Now we're talking. This is coming together. Here we go. Here we are. Ooh, I like that opening. Car seat headrest. Have to listen to more of these guys sometime. Here we go. Ooh. Say those are 20 centimeters. Perfect? Okay. I am enjoying this. I'm enjoying how this is turning out. I keep double checking and they refuse. The 500 that the sleep study people are supposed to be sending back to me hasn't arrived, and they said very clearly that they already sent it. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I just want my 500 back. I just want my 500 back. Ooh. I think my phone just died. God damn 'em. Hang on, I'm getting super distracted. Oh, here we go. Oh. Here we go. We are. We take you to your big size 18 point. Here we go. So I should probably check my NeoCities backend real quick. Log me in, brother. What? Okay. Whoa, mama. All right, here we go. I have not given him a model number. Okay. Slightly larger size. Here we go. Okay, no, small size. Do not forget the tail. Very important. Very damn important. Do not forget my baby boy's funny little tail. I will smite you with my beam attack. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Right. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. All right, so we take this to its slightly smaller size. Let's say 30 point less. All right. All right, let me see. Wikawiwiwa. All right, here we go. Lowercase a. Alpha. Ah, font does not have that. Mimi like that. Okay. Go back up. Consulus, Consulus, Consulus. Here we go. Yep, here we are. Ooh. trying to recapture some of the sauce of my older visual design sensibilities. I don't think I'm doing it very well, but that's better. Better than nothing. Here we go. Even smaller. We go. Maybe Waya, Ultra Bulb. Here we go. No, let's age him up 1 year. Oh, not 12. 13. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Here we go. All right, here we are. That's good enough. You crop him that? Yup. All right. Let me put a little more over here. Yeah. No such thing as too much lore on the ref sheet, right? All right, and back into it. Do not question the fact that I just dropped a deep Vatican. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, yay! Alright, here we are. Oh, number... There we go. Do I just merge all these? Oh, yeah. Now, hang on. I got Mimi myself a little trick. Hang on, let me just... So we bring him down under. No. So we put this underneath all that. Now we turn this Ooh, I like that. I like the extra little border. I'm loving this. Save as new Billy Ref. Yup. I should note that he was not like aged for 13 years in a barrel. They just made him 13. He popped out the boy factory for 13 years old. Were you born yesterday? Yes, I was. This is my first rodeo. Please be patient. Yeah, I like how this turned out. Big fan. Oh. Oh, my neck. Oh, my neck. Yeah, that was pretty good. Alright, I'm done. Schedule tomorrow, probably. Plans aren't exactly as I thought they would be, so I'm going to have to adapt. Think on my feet, you know? Have a good night.